All right, so Honorable Alhaji ABA Fuseini is the former member of parliament for the Sagnarigu Constituency in the northern region. He served from 2013 to 2024, a very experienced politician who also served as the Deputy Northern Regional Minister. He's been out of parliament for some time, but many people do believe that he should be serving under this new Mahama administration. Honorable, welcome.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to all your viewers and your good selves, and to commend you for the good work you've been doing for this country.
All right. Honorable, it's been a while. How are you doing? Your party is in power, but you are out of parliament. How are you coping?
Oh, I always say that there is a time for everything. Everything has both a renewal and an expiry date. You serve for some time, and I'm so thankful to Almighty Allah for giving me the opportunity to serve the good people of Sagnarigu for 12 unbroken years. In other words, 3 parliamentary terms. And for me, this is one of the greatest things I feel about the opportunity to be in public service, to be able to make a purposeful impact positively on the lives of your people. And I can say without any iota of doubt that my stewardship as member of parliament for the Sagnarigu Constituency for 12 years has been very, very impactful, and for which I'm so proud that I've been able to make positive impact on the lives of my people.
So you've been out of parliament now. How are you coping, and what have you been up to?
Oh, I'm sure after very stressful, anybody will tell you that even 4 years of working as a member of parliament is strenuous enough, not to talk of 12 years. And also, don't forget, I was an editor in the media. And so combining that almost immediately after transiting into politics has been a very excruciating time for me. So it's time to pick some bit of rest. But I still believe that even as we speak now, we are still playing various roles for the government of His Excellency President Mahama. And I still think that whatever role His Excellency is, new things that we can continue to play for the NDC, we stand in readiness to continue. But as I speak to you now, I'm still a communicator. I still, on a daily basis, I go to radio stations, I go to TV stations. I still, even in my constituency, even though I'm no longer the member of parliament, I can tell you that the people are still with me on a daily basis, still asking for support, asking for even developments in the constituency and others. So, notwithstanding the fact that we have taken a seat in the background, you are still as active politically as it has ever been. And I want to believe that service to the people never ends.
There are many who believe that President Mahama should have appointed you as one of his ministers. Even people suggested that you had become the Northern Regional Minister. Do you feel disappointed that that appointment did not come?
Let me say, like the proverbial case that the Ghanaians, we have 36 million coaches. Anytime we are playing football, everybody thinks that he knows the best team to select. I think that nobody should purport to know what team to select for His Excellency President Mahama. We are talking about a very astute, a very competent, visionary president who is not just there on experimental basis. President Mahama has been president before. I'm sure you can recall from 2013, January 7th, when he saw the oath, till January 7th, 2017. No, so this is somebody who has had a stint at the presidency. He performed so competently. And so he knows exactly what task lies ahead of him.
But were you in a particular position that did not come?
No, that is what I see. We are all here at the beck and call of our party and our government to serve. So in any capacity that His Excellency the President, in his wisdom, thinks that you are competent to serve in, or that is where he wants you to be, I think that you should accept that in grace and be rest assured that it is an opportunity for service. And so if the appointing authority thinks that this is where they think you are best fitted at this particular time, and don't forget, appointments and service come with times. in the next 1 month, 1 year, 2 years or so, His Excellency the President in his wisdom can make changes.
But do you miss Parliament?
Oh, there's always nostalgia when you have left a place that you have worked in for, but especially where you have played a very prominent position. I must be honest to say that yes, I do, but I also do so in recognition of the fact that there's always a time when something must end and another must begin. So I think that as far as I'm concerned, the parliamentary career for 12 years has been most useful and most impactful. And I believe that it's time to move on. And wherever His Excellency in his wisdom thinks that would serve, we are ready. Even if they want me to come and be a security man at the gate here, I can regulate your coming inside here.
Okay. So, but would you be going back to Parliament?
I want to believe for now that I believe I've had sufficient time in Parliament to serve my people. Like I said, my greatest honor and achievement has been to serve my people. And I would wish you could go to Sagnarigu and talk to the people now. There's a mass clamor that I should have come back to serve, but I think that is enough. You must go when the people still believe that we are very useful to them and others. And nevertheless, that is not the end of our service. We continue to render service to our people.
So are you saying on authority that in 2027, when the party opens nomination, you will not go?
I will not go back. I can give you my word that I will not go back. I mean, like I told you earlier on, the 12 years has been well spent. If you go, the level of development that we have prosecuted in the Sagnarigu Constituency, I can call it unprecedented in many areas of the country. And so the people are exceptionally grateful for the 12 useful years that we spent with them, even though they would want more, but I think that it's time to move on.
The president or the government has been in office for less than 2 months. What are your initial overview of the performance of the president so far?
In fact, the president hit the ground running. He has formed his government in record time. And even before his government was formed, he had taken up important national tasks. Look, before the government took office, look at the challenge that came in the energy sector. So the president immediately got the finance minister, K.C. Atufosin, got Honorable John Jinapo, and got the Attorney General to do some syndication. And immediately that helped to put the thing on kill. And then to arrest the financial decline. I'm sure you have already seen achievements that we have chalked. To be able to pay bondholders in less than 2 months of the assumption of government. Okay? And to put in the sinking fund. I'm sure you remember the sinking fund that the NDC had, which the outgone MPP government came and bastardized and destroyed. President Mahama, in just 2 months, has already instituted a sinking fund with billions of Ghana cedis already paid into it.
But the MPP said that they laid the foundation. The money was already there. What you needed to do was just to pay.
My brother, the evidence of the sweetness of the pudding is not the aroma. It's in the eating. If they had all this, how come bondholders were not paid? Look at the suffering pensioners who have suffered and given the best of their lives. Some of them 4-5 decades of their life to serve this country. Look at the excruciating hardship they've had to undergo. Some of them were given haircuts, but crude haircuts, and I will even call them head cuts, not even head cuts, because some of them lost their lives as a result of the lack of money to even buy medicines and others, because their monies were frozen by government. President Mahama, in this short period of time, has already made good that promise. Accountability has started. You can begin to see those who abuse state resources and abuse their position and state resources are paying back.
But civil society, MPP, and others are also, accusing you of abusing your office because you've asked over thousands of people who have been employed to go home. People are criticizing the government for that.
My brother, can the hyena be pleased with the dance of the goat?
You tell me.
No matter how graceful the goat dances, it can never please the hyena. It cannot please them. We ousted them from power. So you expect them to commend us, even when it is glaring. The commendation we are looking for is from Ghanaians. And I'm sure, listen to the ground, Ghanaians are so happy about the things we've done. Look,
with the sacking of the people who were recruited, with the sacking of the people, Ghanaians are happy.
I think the last people who should be talking about it is even the MPP. They should shut their mouths.
So you think it's right?
Because they are not Ghanaians.
You think it's right?
I'm just indicating to you. I'm building a foundation to that. They should be the last. You know what happened under our regime? They sacked thousands of more Ghanaians who were employed under the aegis of the NDC. They sacked thousands of them.
But does it make it right?
I'm coming. You can recall that in the process of the transition, when the transition teams were formed, President Mahama and the government issued a clarion call to the MPP that in consonance with good government and ethical practices, nothing by way which has financial implications for the incoming government should be done without recourse to the government. Okay? And that was accepted. So that was accepted as a principle of the transition. And so, in the aftermath of December 7th, they were not entitled to make any employment to any other decision without recourse to the government.
But they were still in power. Their mandate expires on the eve of.
We have a transitional act. We have a transitional act, and the transitional act entails that, in consultation with the incoming government, the outgoing government must not do anything that has financial implications on the incoming government, and that to do so, they must endeavor to consult the incoming government about those actions that have financial implications. They never did that. That was a brazen violation of the Transition Act and the article of good faith that the government had exhibited towards the outgoing government. So if you go behind me, I am coming into government, and you go behind me and saddle me with serious financial implications without my knowledge and consent, should I sit back and absorb it? No sane person would do that. If you do that, you kill yourself even before you have the right to govern. And so the government has acted legitimately. It did not say that all appointments made by the MPP. It said those made after December 7th. I'm sure you get that clear. So make a distinction. The government has indicated that appointments made after December 7th. It did not say, for instance, appointments in November. If they appointed people in November, well and good.
It is early days yet. You are still a member. You are still a member of the NDC. What are your expectations? Do you think that John Dramani Mahama would deliver on his promise?
I just want to end on the note of what you have said. You see, if you go and bring firewood which is infested with ants, you attract lizards to your house. So don't complain when you are visited by lizard because you have brought uninfested firewood to your house.
From where you sit.
And President Mahama has already started fulfilling many of the promises he made. Okay? I am a Muslim. I'm just coming from the Hajj village. To go to Makkah, a Muslim needed in the last regime 75,000 Ghana cedis. That was even the last. If MPP were in power today, I believe that they would have gone to even maybe 90,000 or plus. Because in the last one, it was 75. Now, President Mahama has reduced that through the Hajj budget. They have reduced it from 75,000 to 62,000 to make it affordable for many pilgrims to embark upon. Other measures have been streamlined, like easy acquisition of passports and others to enable as many Muslims as possible to perform the Hajj. I'm sure, like I said, we are already aware. The president maybe in his state, the president in his State of Nation address coming. I'm sure you will say it. He has already earmarked the abolition of a number of nauseous taxes. The e-levy is going. I'm sure the finance minister has indicated that. The COVID-19 levy is also going. The betting tax, all those other obnoxious taxes are going to be removed to provide relief for Ghanaians, and especially for businessmen whose activities were impacted negatively by the imposition of those taxes, which more or less took away very vital capital from them that was needed to expand their businesses. So clearly, in just even less than the first 120 days, President Mahama is already achieving monumental successes. Unbelievable that many people thought even cannot. But more, this one is just the scorpion. The snake is coming.
So
achievements,
just like the proverbial saying, I shouldn't be in front of you and be giving you proverb, but the proverbial saying that coming days cast their shadows. So what should Ghanaians expect from the government of John Dramani Mahama?
The governments have a saying that if it will rain, you see it in the clouds. So you can already begin to see the positive signs under the government of President John Dramani Mahama. And I can say without any iota of doubt, very soon the economic hardships that Ghanaians have undergone all these years, by the grace of Allah Almighty, will begin to lessen. You will see that the government is laying emphasis on deploying a lot of resources into the agricultural sector to enable that more food production will be undertaken to bring down the cost of food and also even increase our potential for cutting back on imports, especially things like rice maize and others. We should not be importing it when this country has the capacity to go. This is what President Mahama intends to do. Not only are we going to get domestic self-sufficiency, but we will export and make more and strengthen our city, so that those other monies that we've been using to import from other areas, the pressure on the city will come down, and the city will strengthen, and the economy will grow, and the hardship of Ghanaians will lessen. And other areas like education, where you saw this traffic light educational system, red, yellow, and green, and those things, the president is going to undertake an aggressive pursuit of infrastructure to get our children to all go to school at the same time and come back at the same time, and not some going for, you go to school for 3 weeks and come home for 3 months. I mean, what kind of education system is that? So all those are going to be made good, and I want to believe that this country, Ghanaians will actually acclaim that the vote and the massive mandate they gave President Mahama has been well and truly delivered, and that they are better off for the mandate.
Honorable, you know we can sign out without you giving us 1 or 2 or 3 proverbs.
Oh, my brother, you know, when you are roasting meat, your mouth will not be dry. You see, the MPP are making all these complaints. As for them, we don't waste time with them, because we say that the man who has died in the market, you don't need to announce his demise. When you hear that a house has fallen, do you ask whether the roof is still standing? The MPP has collapsed. There's no issue about asking whether they are still standing.
Thank you very much.
Slaughter an animal, can you prevent it from kicking? You must allow it to kick. Those are the last kicks of a dying animal. And so these tantrums that the MPP is engaging, they are just desperate kicks of a dying animal. And so we should not waste. The man in tattered clothes doesn't need a second invitation for a fight. They are looking for a fight because they are in tattered clothes, but we will not mind them.
Never a dull moment with Alhassan Bashir Fuseini, former member of parliament for the Sagnarigu Constituency in the northern region. It's been a wonderful engagement with him, and thank you for watching.